What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys so much for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. Appreciate it. Today, guys, we're going to jump right into it. This may be a quicker video. I don't know. Today, we were going to obviously talk about this fantastic looking stripes behind me. I want to show you the mow in more detail. As you can see behind me, I did it from left to right here in my backyard. The lawn is looking great, but we're going to title this something with Poa Triv. This is the last time I'm going to talk about it for a while. I don't want to keep making the same video over and over again. I don't want to bore you, and I'm like, Mr. Ferguson, you talk about Poa Triv all the time. I don't want to do that, so we'll kind of do part 3 if you want here. I'll show you the results of the Sedgehammer. I think you might be surprised. Stay tuned here in a second. We'll show you that. But so far, I'm filming this on Thursday, no passport. Unless a miracle, God literally does a miracle and it shows up tomorrow, I will be here next week, so you can expect videos. Even though you're watching this on Monday, you can probably assume, okay, Mr. Ferguson probably didn't go, so we don't understand all these things. But anyways, I'm going to turn the camera around. We are, just for the sake of how the lawn dark and stuff it looks, I'm filming this in the afternoon around 5:30, so the sun is just going down over the trees, so it does look darker than it may appear in person. It looks phenomenal right now. I love the way after a mow, man, it looks really good. So let's turn the camera around. I want to show you what I've been working on, show you the results of the Sedgehammer, and we'll make it a quick video. So thank you for tuning in. Subscribe if you're not. Consider channel memberships, and let's go look at the lawn. So as I mentioned, man, I did a cut this way towards Mr. Brandon's house and back. I did the double again, and you can get that really cool, you know, here's our up and down and here's our side to side. You get that cool checkerboard effect right there. So that is looking phenomenal. And of course, if we look this way, you get that checker effect right there. So more work, obviously, as I spoke about with that, with the lawn striper, picking that thing up. As I think you guys see Red Royce, shout out to Red. He said he's older, and he's like, Mr. Ferguson, would you recommend it? How much harder is it from regular mowing than using the striper? And when I go side to side, clearly I don't have pavement to go in up here, Red. So I'm having to pick it up and come back down another stripe and then turn around back up another stripe. And it's a lot of picking up, putting down, and it's like, oh. But when you're done, like right now, it's like, man, this thing looks phenomenal. But when you're not, when you're in the midst of doing it and mowing, it is a lot more work than just a regular mower. So I wanted to show off the mow. I literally just got done doing. I thought about putting a camera out, and I just wanted to get it done before dark, so I apologize. We'll do a video where I show you actually striping it. So as you may be able to tell right in front of me, I'll just be spoiler alert, the test did not work at all. You can see these holes right here. I came out here, no evidence of any damage with the Sedgehammer. Why did we put Sedgehammer down on these lime green spots? Because we were hoping it was Kalinga grass. We was hoping it was something of the sedge family and it would kill it. But there was no evidence of it. I didn't do every single lime green area, but I went ahead, and if I said it was lime green, I had the bag, I had the cultivating tool, I had the seed. So I just went ahead, cut it out, and that's what we've done. So I went ahead and done it. You can see a little bit of water in the surrounding area here. We've already put seed back in here. One of the other areas we've done in the front yard when we got that natural rain the other night already has germination. So this is why I'm like, you know what, let's just bite the bullet. I don't like the way, you know, when I turn around and we look at this mow, it's like, man, look at that lawn. Look how pretty, you know, with the leaves off of it now. Just look at that and look how gorgeous it is. You don't want to sit here and cut into a gorgeous lawn and make a hole like this, but now is the time to seed. So that's why I'm like, guys, walk your lawn. And as I mentioned, I'm going to show you some spots over here I didn't take out, but we took one out here. I took out the big boy right here. I said I was going to leave it for a while and see what happens, but after reading up more this afternoon on it, I'm not going to take a chance. So here's like a pretty big, you know, pretty big hole. Compared to my hand, this is how big that area is. It's a pretty big area. However, from the road, you can't really see it. It's on the side of the bank, so I'm hoping no washout here. We've already moistened it. We're having cool nights. This is another area that you may or may not be able to see. There you go. Look at that. See, I've not messed with that area yet. I feel like sometimes when I get out here, I'm like, let's get it all out just to be safe. I feel like I start seeing things, if that makes any sense. Like, right, look at that guy. Like, here's a little one that may be popping up right here that we may need to do later. But I feel like I see things and I have to just take a break, and we'll come out tomorrow and do some more. But this doesn't look as lime green to me as this. Look at that. See that difference? This kind of looks kind of greenish. This looks lime green. Of course, we're mowing it facing this way. This is, you know, the striper's going this way. So when we turn around, let's turn around and look at it with the stripe. When we turn around and look at with the stripe, yeah, you can still see right here, this section, right? So I just left it for now, and that may be the one I leave and we see what happened. But that's a huge area, man. I really don't want to cut out all of this. It looks simple. I did a spot, looks like right here as well. So yeah, we'll see. So we tore this out. We've got a lot of seed down there. Hopefully germination will happen. That's why I'm doing it now. I don't want this. I want the grass to begin to grow, and I want the roots to begin to develop so it can make it through spring. We don't want to be planting this in spring and crabgrass popping up. We've got our area over here. As you can see, you can really see it on camera, man. And now that it's gotten a little darker, there's an area right there. There's an area right there. I skipped these, an area right there, an area up here. So these are not new. These are areas I've already known about, but I'm gonna have to do these maybe tomorrow evening if I'm still here and not packing for a out of country trip. We may need to handle these, and maybe this right here as well. But you can see, we sprayed all this with Sedgehammer. It laughed at it. There's no change, no physical damage. And some of you may say, well, Mr. Ferguson, you got to give it longer than that. I really don't think that's anything Kalinga or anything, because it would have shown something after 2 days of being sprayed on there with surfactant. It would have shown something. So I believe it is, unfortunately, Poa Triv. Now, it's not the end of the world. You know, Pete has talked about this. He walks his lawn, he gets in there with the roots, he pulls it out, and then puts some seed down and moves on. And you guys have seen Pete's lawn. It's just a part of probably having fescue. I just haven't dealt with it a lot. But we are this year for whatever reason. So, you know, eventually when you guys see me on this side of the lawn, I'll probably have already pulled this out, pulled this guy out, maybe even pulled some of this out right here, even though that don't look too much to me like the Triv, but it does definitely right here, and I think there's a little guy up here. So we've got areas, we've got seed over here, we've got areas of seed that you can see is germinating right there. So when we turn our back, you can just see it. That's what we're talking about, and we don't want it to spread. And again, like many of you said, I've been reading up on it online, and that's exactly what they were saying. You know, it can get out of control. As some of you said, it's just a pain, and it's a new war to have to deal with in lawn care. But in the end, it's grass. I mean, you know, I'm never going to be perfect, but yeah, we may need to you know, wipe this guy out soon, get him, and get the other one. So you'll see that soon. As far as in the front yard, as far as the mow, it's still looking great, guys. There you can see the kind of the checkerboard. We did 3.5 inches. Something else that I was reading up about this, you don't want to be cutting your grass super low, even though it's cool and you're not going to stress the grass out. You know, when I was reading up on Poa Triv, when you cut really low, if you're cutting below 3 inches, you're giving the sunlight a chance to hit the dirt, which can activate Poa annua and Poa Triv seeds. That's something to keep in mind. There's another guy right there, ain't it? You see that guy? See, it's now like I see it. It's like when you buy a new car, then you begin to see it everywhere. That's what it feels like. And so I need to come out here about this time tomorrow night after dinner and maybe handle that as well. That looks like another area that definitely see it's like the camera helps highlight it a little bit. So anyways, we'll have to handle that guy. So it's just like, hey, this is part of lawn care. I like being outside, but this is some of the things you're going to have to deal with the lawn. And some people may not. You may just embrace it and say, screw it, I'm going to just let it do its thing, and I'll just, you know, whatever, I'll handle it when I handle it. I'll renovate my lawn in a year or two. Sure, it's your lawn, but I'm going to try to battle it for a little bit until I get out of it. But there you see the mow there. Man, it looks good until you get into this section right here on the right. Everything on this side really looks good over there and on the bank. So really looking good after the mow. We did a little bit of the section over here. So there you go. I'm not going to waste y'all's time, but that's kind of where we are with the Poa Triv situation. I believe it is 100%. That's what it is, unfortunately. But as you guys can pull up with Pete, you see, like, there's 4 areas here. It's like Connect 4 or something right here. I'm going to have to handle that tomorrow. When the sun was right there, it was hard to see those areas, but we got some of it down here plucked out, and I would rather deal with it now and be able to plant seed and the seed grow. It looks like there's another area right here. My goodness, it's just, I don't know. And that's the other thing I was looking up. You know, do you bag this stuff? Does it matter because it don't have a seed head? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments there. But it's just a battle, man. And, you know, I'm going to have to come out here at this time tomorrow and do some more digging and putting some seed down because the seed is germinating, like I said, in the front lawn. So there we go. Part 3. We're going to quit talking about Poa Triv. It's depressing. It's kind of... you want it to, you know, you don't want to have to fight this. You want to just be able to come out and say, look at that beautiful lawn. It looks like this is cut at like 1.5 inches or something, but it's 3.5 inch cut, believe it or not. So at least the mow looks good. I can at least be positive about that. And you see this big sucker I did on this side. Just to quickly show you before we go, we did a big area here, and because I feel like over here by the water hose, I had some right here. I was safe. I said, let's just take it out. This is growing in. It's got germination. This one's almost completely filled in. So it's just like, you know what, over the course of winter, hopefully this seed that we're throwing down will come in. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for this last little update about the Poa Triv and this mow. This is just a beautiful look right here. I love it, but we do have issues in the lawn that we're trying to handle, and hopefully the Lord will help us to do it. So I hope your lawn's doing better than mine. I hope you're not having these issues. Get out in your lawn, walk it, and when you see it, carry around a little 5-gallon bucket with you, grab it by the roots. I take a little potter's tool and just kind of cut around it and then pull the whole thing out, drop some seed, shake up the dirt, blend it in a little bit, pour some water on it, walk away. And hopefully it will handle it and get it all by the roots. So God bless you guys. Hope you're doing well, and we'll see you on Wednesday, hopefully, with another lawn care video. God bless.